first we're going to spend just a very few minutes going over some background, why there's rising interest and focus on this role worldwide and increasingly so in Asia, and what sort of people are being recruited to take on the role. I'm going to review best business practice. We're in the fortunate position of having MSL service businesses in the US and Europe and Japan already, and we're referring widely and frequently to learnings from these operations as we build our knowledge and operation in Asia Pacific. And then 3, we're going to get down to the operational nitty-gritty and look at challenges and opportunity as we look forward into the future for this business. So before we really get down into the thick of this, I think we've got the first of 3 polling questions coming up, and I think I'm handing back to you for that, Andrew. Is that correct?
That's right. Thank you for that. We certainly do have a polling question appearing on audience members' screens right now, and you can vote on that in real time by clicking on your screen. The question that we have for you, how many MSLs do you have in your team? Is that 0 to 5, 6 to 30, or 30 plus? So again, you can vote on that by clicking on your screen right now. How many MSLs do you have in your team? Looks like most of you have voted at this point, so I'm going to close polling. You can get your last clicks in now. I'm going to close polling and share the results with everyone. And there we have it. 67% of you said 0 to 5, 23% of you said 6 to 30, and 10% of you said 30 plus MSLs. So with that, I'll hand back the mic to you.
Okay, thank you, and thanks to the audience responding quickly and enthusiastically on that. And certainly we've got the right and expert audience here with us, so thanks again. So a little more context before we get down into the weeds, as it were. As you heard from Andrew, I've been hanging around the industry for around 25 years now, and I've worked a lot of the jobs across the menu. This year, amongst other things, I've been asked to look at our commercial businesses in the EU and the US and our medical affairs knowledge in these markets and create an MSL services business which fits the changing and different needs of the Asia-Pacific medical affairs market. So we've been at it for almost a year now. We obviously did some significant market research before we launched the business at the beginning of this calendar year. And this webinar, this presentation, really reflects the state of our knowledge, 11 months of interacting with very many customers, and potential customers, and some public presentations. And we're delighted to share that knowledge with you, and we'd love to have some feedback and questions from you at the end as well. Let's start with a
James, we can't hear much from you right now. Everything okay over there?
Yeah, that's good for me.
Okay, great.
Is there a problem with the line?
Oh, I couldn't hear any audio there for 1 second, but carry on. Everything's good.
Okay, so where were we? We were saying that the role of the MSL is effectively around managing key opinion leaders around a given patient treatment pathway or area of therapeutic expertise, surrounding the course of the development and ultimate emergence of a new medicine. It's a high level, it's an expert role requiring thorough scientific and medical understanding, of course, but also the soft skills, assess and build those relationships with busy, well-occupied, well-respected and important physicians and academics. And of course the currency of the MSL's dialogue with KOLs is data, evidence, knowledge, expertise around biology, clinical data, patient treatment pathways, the development pipeline, market dynamics, and what have you. What it's not is around price, sales, prescriptions, and commercial performance, of course, of a given product. So why are we seeing such big rises in the utilization of MSLs in our industry right across the board? And some points of reference, which aren't on the slide, but come from a cutting-edge survey that was part of our original market research. So 92% of U.S. biopharma companies today use MSLs. Across from 2010 to 12, European deployment of MSLs has risen by 60%, 47% to 61%. But in Asia, across the same period, it's been a 200% increase in deployment of MSLs from 7 to 21. So a lower base, very, very large percentage increase. And this quote on the slide, verbatim from our early market research in Singapore, speaks to much of the reason. I'm sure most of you wouldn't disagree with this, and I'd probably have added the need for appropriate reimbursement, but the message is clear, and it's worth reflecting just for a little while on what's been happening in the industry over the last 10 years, maybe more, which connects this to the role of the MSL.